No one today can really get a full idea of what it was like to live surrounded by dinosaurs. While today we know that some animals like killer whales, alligators, lions, and other big predators can be threatening to us humans, none of these can compare to the danger that dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals posed. You'll surprisingly realize that dinosaurs were harmless and perhaps even friendly compared to the beast we'll show today. Stay tuned all the way until our number 1 and find out an animal that you'll be thankful to know has gone extinct, but here's 10 animals that were scarier than dinosaurs. Number 10. Sarcosuchus. This ginormous predator is also called super croc, which gives you an idea of what it looked like. Not technically a crocodile, the Sarcosuchus was actually its distant relative, the primary difference being their size. At almost 40 feet long, Sarcosuchus was almost twice as long as a saltwater croc, the biggest crocodile we have today. It also weighed around 8 metric tons, which meant that it could take on almost any challenger it faced. And that's a good thing because Sarcosuchus lived alongside the dinosaurs, who often became its lunch. Number 9. Leopleuridon. The Jurassic Ocean was not a friendly place to live in at the time, and here's why. Plesiosaurs were a group of marine reptiles that appeared and disappeared almost at the same time as dinosaurs, so the popular confusion of the two groups is understandable. And if there was one plesiosaur you needed to watch out for, it was Leopleuridon. This carnivorous beast could weigh more than 3,500 pounds and reach lengths greater than 30 feet, with nearly a quarter of that being its massive skull. Complete, of course, with enormous jaws and several rows of razor-sharp teeth. Thank God this thing still isn't around. Number 8. Titanoboa. If snakes scare you, it might be best to skip through this one, as the Titanoboa was simply the largest snake that ever existed. It grew to more than 40 feet long and could weigh up to 2,500 pounds. To put things in perspective, that's almost as much as a grown giraffe weighs. Titanoboa appeared not long after dinosaurs went extinct, perhaps filling a niche left by the disappearance of the world's former top predators. But had it coexisted with dinosaurs, that is one battle I would love to see. Imagine it for a second, massive snake versus T-Rex. Number 7. Arthropleura. Now, while this animal wasn't as big as dinosaurs, and for God's sake wasn't even a carnivore, I'm sure you'd still be quite scared and probably a bit grossed out if you were to encounter one today. Honestly, I'd rather see a dinosaur instead of this animal. The Arthropleura was a millipede that could reach lengths of up to 2.5 meters, which means if it were to stand on the lower end of its thousands of feet, it would stand higher than a Christmas tree. It's known to be the largest invertebrate of all time, and with such an aspect, I doubt any predators even tried messing with it. Number 6. Dunkleosteus. Yikes, even the name sounds scary. If you're wondering what this animal looked like, let me start by pointing out that Dunkleosteus was a fish. Of course, we're not talking about a cute little tropical fish or even a shark like the one from Jaws. We're talking about something a lot worse. This prehistoric fish was 33 feet long and had extremely sharp teeth, allowing it to prey on pretty much anything in the ocean if it wished. The bones in its jaw kept growing continuously up until the point where their edges would become so sharp that they rubbed together against each other. These were useful tools to pierce and chew on their prey. This fish was as heavy as a hippopotamus and could easily snatch its prey in less than a second. Number 5. Mosasaurus. Known for being depicted in the movie Jurassic World, the Mosasaurus was actually a marine reptile and not technically a dinosaur. At almost 60 feet in length, it was the biggest of the bunch. In fact, it was one of the most dangerous creatures prowling the waters throughout its existence. It looked like a massive crocodile, only equipped with fins, which terrifyingly allowed it better mobility in water. While there is little knowledge of its feeding habits, paleontologists generally agree that it was an active predator that preyed on a variety of marine animals. The first remains of a Mosasaurus were fragments of a skull discovered in 1764 at a subterranean chalk quarry in Mount St. Peter in the Netherlands. Number 4. Helicoprion. Here's another fish on our list, or maybe not. One of the craziest things about the Helicoprion is that no one has been able to properly classify it and associate it to the animal groups we have today. We could say it's a fish because it lived in the water, but paleontologists didn't have enough information to actually categorize it. Its teeth worked like a circular blade without any proper teeth in its upper jaw. This creature could gum you and bite you at the same time. Quite scary and gross. The lower teeth were sharp, so it's safe to assume that the Helicoprion was in fact a carnivore. However, what scientists can't figure out yet is whether it fed on small or big animals. They can only speculate, as they still haven't found any remains of a skull to properly figure out what its diet was. One thing is for sure though, that odd-looking jaw is more than enough to scare us all if we were to encounter it in the ocean today. Number 3. Jaycolopterus. The Jaycolopterus was an aquatic arthropod. The best way to explain it is by pointing out that some people call it a giant sea scorpion. Picture that for a second. If scorpions are scary already, I don't want to imagine what it would be like to come face to face with a giant one in the middle of the ocean.
Pterygotus is the titan of sea scorpions.
It's an experience that would definitely keep me away from the waters, and for good. The name Jaycolopterus comes from the man Otto Jackel, a German paleontologist who was the first person to describe the species. Although its maximum size has not been confirmed, some experts believe the largest of the Jaycolopterus could have reached a length of 2.5 meters, making it taller than humans if it were to stand. This animal is believed to have lived in fresh water, making it a threat to other arthropods and smaller fish. Poor animals didn't even stand a chance against this huge creature. Number 2. Gorgonops. Clearly, our planet was full of fearsome prehistoric creatures before the dinosaurs ever came along. Another prime example is Gorgonops, an animal that lived 260 million years ago, way before dinosaurs became the dominant predators. At around 6 to 10 feet in length, Gorgonops was a fast and vicious predator, allowing it to rise to the top of the food chain. Of course, it also helped that the Gorgonops had massive teeth, so large that they nearly protruded beyond its lower jaw. Relative to its body size, Gorgonops had a deep skull, which had a triangular profile when viewed from above. Yeah, definitely wouldn't want to come in contact with one of these. Number 1. The Latoarchon. The Latoarchon is the new kid on the block, having only been discovered around 10 years ago, and first officially classified in 2013. It was a marine reptile that was commonly and incorrectly believed to be a dinosaur. The Latoarchon were 28-foot-long apex predators whose massive jaws allowed them to hunt prey almost as big as they were, making it the first top predator in marine food chains, feeding on prey that are similar to its own size. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this creature could take on a great white. With this beast only being discovered 10 years ago, it begs the question, what other unimaginable prehistoric creatures' remains now sit beneath the ground and the sea awaiting to be discovered? So, what did you guys think of 10 animals that were scarier than dinosaurs? Did seeing those creatures in action send shivers down your spine? I'm thinking we would be better off with dinosaurs than these. Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos just like this one.